versus FL SeT, the Terran, on Stars Station. Star Station is actually one of the closer to balanced maps of the map pool, except in the case of ZVP, because you only go Mutalisks, and you win.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it. I mean, if it's not horizontal spawns, then you just go Mutalisks, and you win the game. If it's horizontal spawns, like left to right, then you have to do Roach Hydra because they can rush you a lot sooner.
And in this, we have that in this case, by the way. We have vertical spawns in this case.
Yeah, vertical spawns.
Yep. All right, let's go with introductions. In the top left, we have a orange Protoss this time by the name of Jaykelvik, LBNT Games himself.
We do. Jay looking forward to facing many higher level players and getting stomped. And in the bottom left, we have his current opponent, who is of the same level as he, as far as I could tell. It is FL SeT.
Awesome.
Now, notably for Terran, the game against Protoss does not actually change up a whole lot. The Widow Mine is a lot less useful against Protoss than you would think. There are certain, like, one-base plays you can do. Like, you can sort of 1-1-1 and do a Marine Widow Mine drop into the main. And if they didn't go for detection of some sort, then it could be problematic, because Protoss doesn't have a way to get rid of Widow Mines without detection. So, well, they do, but it's expensive, because you have to either have an Archon or a Colossus or a Templar, so you could use splash damage to get rid of it without actually seeing it. Whereas Terran, you could make a Hellion or a Siege Tank. That's a much lower tech unit, splash damage there. Or you can scan, obviously.
Sorry, taking care of things again, so keep going.
Okay. So FL SeT doing what is considered normal. He's going for like a 1 barracks. I believe he'll expand. Jaykelvik going for Cyber Core before his own expansion. He might do that that nice 3-get pressure that he's fond of. FL SeT is probably going to drop a bunker before he decides to drop the expansion, or he may go for the expansion on the Logran, actually. His minerals are getting high enough.
His SCV is here waiting on something. There he goes. He moves it in. There we go.
Drops the Expo. Okay. So we should see a bunker pretty soon. Without the bunker, you just die. You cannot 1-rax expand without a bunker. You just get dead.
Okay. What I was taking care of was Legend had a match. He thinks that the 2 players leading into his match weren't online because he was looking for them and did not see anybody. So I just gave him the forfeit into the round of 8. Hopefully there's no issues there, but the 2 players are Delay and Ferreira. So
Delay and Ferreira. Yeah, the one thing about Heart of the Swarm tournaments is that you have to put in your new buddy code. People are looking for your buddy code on Zeke. They're going to maybe see your Wings of Liberty buddy code, and that's not going to help them.
Yep. I mean, unless you use your same name for HOTS. You know, if you use your same name for HOTS, then of course everything's going to be the same. But if you change your name,
the buddy code is still different. If you change it, even if you didn't change your name, you have a different code.
Oh, my code's the same.
Mine is not.
Really? You got a different code?
I have a different code.
Oh, okay. Well, mine did not change, so that's interesting. I thought since mine didn't change that others wouldn't change, but I guess not. All right, so 3 racks after the expand for the Terran, and now getting an engineering bay down.
Dark Templar coming out from Jaykelvik.
He was saying this on stream. Remember what he was saying on one of the streams? I believe it was. He was trying to tell us, "Hey, you got to go for that Dark Templar, man." So he's going to do this.
Versus Zerg, not versus Terran.
He's going to do it anyway.
There is a timing versus Terran that he can hit, although FL SeT does have an engineering bay on the way, so he might have a turret up before the DTs actually arrive.
Yep.
Yep, a turret already going down in his natural, and one going down in his main as well.
Wow.
The SCV saw the Twilight Council, so he was probably assuming Dark Templar would follow. I thought Jaykelvik was going to go for Blink Stalkers myself, but he didn't. Although with a Robo, there is the option for him to make a Warp Prism.
That's right. I think that's what he might be trying to do here. He's going to fake it. He put his 2 gates down. He has Stalkers out. He might just walk these Stalkers over to the Terran base, make the Terran think, okay, Stalkers, and he might sneak a Warp Prism in the back door.
Yep, and that would be a pretty good move, although right now I think he's going to drop an Expand. He's getting his morals pretty high. And the SCV is going to get in again. It's going just as the forces leave the base.
Yes, Jaykelvik sent his units over to the right-hand side of this, what do you want to call this? This, I don't know, gap in the build of this station. Yeah, and the SCV went up to the left-hand side, and so Jaykelvik never actually saw the SCV. Now the SCV is inside the natural, blocking the Nexus.
Jay's going to see this, and he should immediately back off. 2 bunkers is way too much for this force to deal with, and there's no reinforcing pylon. So he's just going to have to pull back for now. He could probably take the tower if he wanted to, but he's not. I wish he would. There are 3 Dark Templar in his base waiting for that Warp Prism to pop up so they can hop on in. And the expansion also on the way for Jaykelvik. Now, if these Dark Templar don't do significant damage, then Jay is going to be way far behind. We already see in the worker count it's 37 to 29, so he's got to even it out by at least 10 workers to be still in the game. If he doesn't get at least 10 worker kills, then he's way, way, way behind, despite having a slight tech advantage. The tech advantage will be closed pretty quickly with SeT's current infrastructure on the way. He already has Stim done. He has so many workers that he can just throw money away at this point. And, well, not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So here we go. The Warp Prism is coming into this north side of this Terran base.
Yep. Jay is probably going to warp in a couple additional, maybe additional Dark Templar. I wish he would just go straight for the mineral line. And here comes the army. There's 1 scan available. He has to sort of spread his DTs out, get him away from the scan. 2 DTs are outside the scan range right now. There is a Stalker in the base, but that's not... There's some lag in the base, but that's not really... And the
Warp Prism is going to go down. Oh.
Jaykelvik opting to take out as many Marines as he can, which is nice enough of a choice, as long as he stays outside the range of that missile turret.
Yeah, if he knew how far behind he was in workers, he would definitely go for more SCVs.
Well, he really can't, because he knows the missile turret is there, and the army is in the base waiting for him to move a Dark Templar into a bad position. So he kind of just has to keep the harassment up, hope SeT makes a few micro mistakes, and then he can catch up with Chrono Boost in terms of worker counts. We already see the worker count is actually 36 to 34 now.
Yeah.
But Jay is in an okay spot.
Yeah, the Terran has forgotten to make workers right now. He's not actually... Does he have any queued up at all? No, he does not. No workers queued at all right now. So there we go. The Terran... the Protoss harassment has distracted the Terran enough. And now Jaykelvik is back in the lead in workers.
Achievements are disabled until further notice. I don't care. We have... there was a massive supply block caused by Jaykelvik. He actually interrupted a lot of supply depots being created. So now the supply block is being cleared up by SeT.
Hence why the workers weren't made.
Jaykelvik getting a second Robo, a Robotics Bay, and 2 more gateways, so everything's going to be shaping up into a nice Robo-style army.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to have a nice army, actually, in a little bit. He already has a pretty nice army out sitting out front of his natural right now. The Terran has a... I mean, that army that was in his main taking care of the DTs was pretty nicely made. Also, in fact, he has 3 bunkers full of units, or 2 bunkers full of units that he can pop out and use.
Right now, a total of 33 Marines, which is a pretty big number. But Jay, with 11 Stalkers, 1 Immortal, 1 Zealot, he actually needs to get himself some sentries right about now. I mean, he wants to use the gas for Colossus, and one of his assimilators only has 2 workers in it. But he really does need to start building up sentry energy to split that Marine army, because otherwise it'll just run forward and shoot whatever he has and just not care. Marines give 0 fucks, man. Stim to win.
With the factories heading over, and this force of Marines and Marauders is marching to the north.
Jay is going to have one Colossus to his name without range, and he doesn't have any attack or defense upgrades to speak of. He has 3 sentries now, which is going to be helpful, but I don't know that it's going to be enough to hold off. With only 3 force fields available, it's going to be quite a tight hold. They have to be perfect force fields. Another sentry warping in, and here comes the battle. The sentries are out in front, and they all die. The force fields do go down. The Colossus on the high ground, forcing back the troops of SeT for now.
And I like him to keep that. There we go. Keep the Colossus on the high ground. That's a better position for at least for right now.
Absolutely. Their high ground vision can be provided. There's a scan. He moves in. He sees the armies up the ramp, but stimming this much, honestly, is actually hurting SeT.
Yeah, that's good.
Good. Getting killed now.
Bad position for the Terran here. This Colossus can go to work back here in the corner.
I actually wish those force fields were placed behind the army so it couldn't do this runaround. The probe's now coming back in. He's going to take out his... Oh, the Colossus out of position gets taken out. That's actually very bad for Jay. But Jay with an abundance of minerals right now.
Yep.
Okay, Jay has shoved the attack off. There was reinforcement Marines on the way. They're turning home. A 3rd base is done for Jay. A 3rd base is done for SeT. But the money on Jay, oh my god, Jay, make some gateways, man.
Or at least get a forward pylon somewhere. Maybe in this this base right here in the middle, get a forward pylon there and just reinforce real fast and stop this next Terran wave from coming up the map. Or at least see it. At least see the wave coming before you...
Well, he does have his Zealot on that watchtower, so he can sort of see...
True. Oh, yeah, true. Yes, there's a watchtower there. Huh.
He's not really bothering about the factory, but he is dropping more gates now. That's good. 4 more gates at the expansion. He really, really badly needs the gas at that expansion, and he really badly needs to start Thermal Lance. Jay, Thermal Lance! Jay, Thermal!
Oh, Jay, are you going to have short-range Colossus here for this engagement? Wow, okay.
He is making a Colossus now. I don't see any forges from Jay, which, considering the mineral count, I would want him to drop 2 forges as well.
Right,
start
yes.
Start getting 1-1 upgrades, because his Terran opponent is on 1-1 for his bio right now.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah,
see
Jay...
a starport with a tech lab. I wonder if there's going to be a Raven involved.
Jay getting caught up on his macro, putting gateways down, all this stuff.
There we go. 2 forges coming from Jay, but still no Thermal Lance. Jay, your Colossus have 6 range.
Alright, here comes the army for the Terran. The Terran says, you know what, I'm going to attack you again, buddy. You better be prepared this time. This time he might just elevator. Who knows? We'll see what he does. Nope, he decides not to. He goes to the right.
Oh, the forward stalker is like, tell my people! The rest of the army is like, we heard.
I'll be in ire. Tell my people. Alright, here we go.
Jay, really? Oh my god, Jay, pull your stalkers back, put your zealots forward, man. You gotta do this position correctly.
Oh,
and here comes the army. There are no force fields dropped just yet. The Colossus getting taken down. 6-range Colossus, so it doesn't actually matter that much, but Jay is in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have any force fields to cut off this army, and he's just backing up. He's not firing at all. Jay, you need to reinforce. Warp in zealots, man. You have so much money. Zealots being warped in on the high ground. They don't have charge, though. They don't have any ability other than just the basic zealot. This Nexus falls. The probe count is going to suffer terribly right now.
Yep, 30 workers killed now for SeT.
And SeT's army is just not going to die, not with this many medevacs. Jay, oh Jay, your tournament hopes are dying right in front of me. So much gas, Jay. 6 gases, no Dark Templar. You could have warped in 1 or 2. Force him to scan. Warping in sentries now, but it's way too late. And GG.
GG.
Oh,